Let's recap episode 1 of Reintroducing Mindfulness. The term mindfulness comes from the Pali term satipatthāna, which was translated by Dr. Rhys Davids. Davids can be commended for his excellent efforts in introducing the Buddha's teachings to the Western world. However, the word mindfulness has been erroneously assigned to mean satipatthāna, and the necessity for clarifying its actual meaning and adopting a more suitable term for it has risen. Satipatthāna is closer to introspection than mindfulness. Therefore, the Buddha was trying to promote bringing attention within us, rather than focusing or projecting our reaction on the external stimuli. Dr. Wasam conducted a 3-month mindfulness research with 22 participants who were from various organizations in the US. He identified 4 dimensions which served as the basis for his results. Sense of values, deeper capacity for empathy, value-driven behavioral change, and greater capacity for introspection, each connected to a step in Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path, also called as Supernormal Eightfold Way. In this episode, we will delve deeper into the research carried out by Dr. Wasam and the outcomes it produced. The results of the research helped Dr. Wasam realize that the main problem with mindfulness in the West is that most people are unaware that mindfulness is only a part of a whole process. Satipatthāna, or what we understand as mindfulness today, is actually the 7th step of the Supernormal Eightfold Way. The Supernormal Eightfold Way is comprised of 8 steps, which are harmonious perspective, harmonious orientation, harmonious speech, harmonious action, harmonious lifestyle, harmonious exercise, harmonious attention, and finally, harmonious equilibrium. Because most people are unaware of the 6 steps that come before practicing mindfulness, they are missing important concepts within their practice. Now, let us turn to a summary of real mindfulness and see how a leader should properly cultivate mindfulness and wisdom. We see the world through our 5 senses. Once we receive input from a certain sense, we begin to react to it. If the input is pleasant, we desire it. If the input is unpleasant, we try to avoid it. The mere action of reacting does nothing to calm the mind. Therefore, we must learn to divert attention away from our sensory input. Instead, we must focus inward. By bringing attention inside ourselves, there are 4 main things to consider. 1. The body. 2. The feelings of the body. 3. Emotions. 4. The thoughts. When looking at the body, we are trying to notice how our body responds to something. If we interact with something pleasant through our senses, our body tends to respond positively. If we interact with something unpleasant, our body moves and responds differently. Noticing our bodily functions is extremely important. When assessing the feelings of the body, we are focusing on whether our body feels comfortable or uncomfortable. This helps us understand whether the body is tensed or relaxed. Noticing whether the emotions are excited or not is essential. For example, if we are angry, we can observe it in our body. Regardless of the emotional agitation, by closing our eyes, we can become aware inside. Being aware of our mood is crucial. Introversion of attention leads to introspection. Introversion to attention is looking within. Introspection is seeing within. Introversion of attention and introspection go together. Remember, looking and seeing are 2 different things. You may look but not see. It is easy to invite tension into the body, however it is much harder to remove it. Stress arises when there is a division between the cognitive and affective aspects of an individual. This separation is better described as cognitive dissonance, a term introduced to the West by Leon Festinger, but originally taught as Vichikicha by the Buddha. To remove stress, one must achieve cognitive consonance, or samadhi, which is the 8th and final step of the Supernormal Eightfold Way. This means that both the cognitive and affective sides become synchronized in a way that allows a person to display appropriate thinking and emotional functioning without stress. In hopes of achieving cognitive consonance, leaders must practice and cultivate mindfulness through the conscious efforts of understanding the body and mind. By following the steps of the Supernormal Eightfold Way, we can gain awareness of ourselves and remove the stress that hinders our ability to flourish. Dr. Habelwassam founded MonoLead with a mission to educate people about introspection and the benefits of the original form of mindfulness. Backed by years of academic research on introspection, MonoLead has developed the Supernormal Eightfold Way for Introspective Leadership model, which helps individuals become better leaders guided by wholesome values. Currently, there are 2 research centers established by MonoLead, one located in Minnesota, USA, and the other in Mindfulness, Sri Lanka. Mindfulness is the magic pill to overcome your stress. MonoLead, backed by years of academic research with global leaders into the original form of mindfulness, has developed the model Supernormal Eightfold Way for Introspective Leadership, in which mindfulness is the 7th step of the 8-step process. Set up an appointment for your organization or yourself by clicking on the link below or call 312-242-1662 or send us an email on manolead@intterminal.com.